Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Morning, Miss Judy.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Steve's
Blair-
on his way.
Oh, good.
So Blair, I am guilty of not really doing a lot of KV Core yet. So I'm probably just going to sit back, watch and listen for right now because I haven't gotten through all my agent, videos and stuff like that. I'm just now getting back to work after my sabbatical.
That's all right. That's all right. That's why we're here. I think a lot of people didn't actually do the agent success plan, and that's really where all the basic information came from.
Mhm.
So this is just supplementation to that. So you're fine.
Still hadn't got my contacts in. I've been working on it, but what happens when I go in there and it says, let us do it, and my computer takes me to my Word. It will not take me to my Excel, so I hadn't figured that out how to do
What?
that. Mhm.
How strange.
Can't you just, what I did was I made an appointment with them and they did everything themselves.
Mhm.
They took it up out of my Excel
Well, see,
spreadsheet.
I've already, they took it out of my CRM I had before, but they took it all out in one big group thing and just threw it in there. And it was just such a mess because I had over 700 contacts and I couldn't figure out what was what. So they took them all out. And so I downloaded them in hashtag groups,
Right.
and I was going to download them into theirs. But whenever I go in there to use their program and it says find your file or whatever, my computer takes it to Word where it's in Excel, and I hadn't figured out how
That
to do
is so weird. Why would it take you to Word?
I don't know.
Well, Judy, you're probably like me. My computer is I think it's haunted.
Mine, this one I use here is old. I have another and I should have put it on it, but I didn't do it.
Yeah. Mine at the office
I'm gonna
definitely
call and
is.
see if they let me email them in.
Yeah, or that was a good idea. And maybe another computer might totally solve that problem. There's probably a setting on your computer that you're using and it's just reverting to Word. But if you went to the office or used another laptop or something, I bet it would give you the option to open it on
Okay.
Excel.
I'll see.
Maybe you can put it on a disk or a zip little, the storage things that you put in your computer and take it to the office, and maybe somebody down there can do it for you, help you.
Because I'm at the top of my technology.
I feel your pain.
I'm at the end of that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. It's 9:05. So we were just discussing Judy having a little bit of problems importing her leads, and that is fine because we know we're getting started up and not everything's going to work perfectly. It really just
Right.
never does. Has anybody, and I'm going out on a limb here, I know I'm kind of sticking my head out a little bit. Has anybody gotten in there, started using the platform and found something that they thought was really cool or that they enjoyed or gotten anything positive out of the platform that they'd like to share?
Love the way that you can literally just do what is it, like a seller, I forget what they call it, but like a drip campaign where you can just say, hey, did you know the average price in Pensacola for a home? Click here if you want to get an idea of what your home's valued at, and you literally get an instant text message and lead generated from when somebody puts their address in there because they're required to put their email. So you get address and email, and then that's easy to find out names, through our public record. So I love that feature because I've picked up a couple people when I do it on Facebook, a couple people, and then postcards I just created. I did a QR code that'll take them right there. So hopefully for lead generation, I think that's just really super cool. It's about the only thing I know how to do in there.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, that is good
Big
enough.
deal.
I'll take it. That's
Hey,
awesome. Thank you, Shannon.
Blair, is that what you did for us, basically?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We got some
Love
help.
that. It's super
Yeah.
cool.
Well, I just learned this morning how to make a note on one of the clients. I was, I feel like such a dummy. But, I was been writing all these send out cards and not documenting it into KV Core. So I've got to go back and do that. But I at least found out how to do it this
Add
morning. So,
an action
I'm
or
thrilled.
something. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
That way you don't send them the same card twice in a week.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and you know what I tried to give a little synopsis of what it was I said to them so that I don't repeat it again
After
and
a couple
again.
dozen cards, I'm sure it's hard to remember who got a card and who didn't too.
Mhm.
Well, that's one thing that's good about send out cards. You can at least look back at your history on which
Mhm.
cards you send out, and you really can see it. But I mean, that's a lot of busy work.
All right. Well, those are good shares. So hold on. Tina's asking to get in and she's not in the right place. Let me make sure Tina knows where she's going. And then we'll get started. Today, we're actually going to look at listings and all the things that you can do with listings. And this is
Great.
really where I've found a lot of really cool little things. So I do want to share that with you all. Let me just make sure she knows where she's going. Okay. So let's get this pulled up this morning. Uh-oh, that wasn't the right share. Okay. So here we are in KV Core. A couple of basics that I want to point out to you guys, and I'll do this every week. Your announcements are here. And so we try and use this to get really helpful information out to you guys. So on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. in the morning, you can actually just log into your KV Core and click here. And it's going to take you to our power hour. And if you scroll through, there's going to be things, these will change based on whatever we have going on. But that first one there is probably going to be the most useful to you right now.
Nice.
If you scroll down, Agent Quick Start Success Plan, that is the success plan that you guys were invited to take to sort of learn the platform. It's never too late to go through this. You can always resume. And once you do that, you can actually find what you're looking for. And then the support center is up here. If you guys are ever asking me a question and I'm learning it as well, this is actually where I come to find the answers. So that's up at the top. It's the support center. And so let's say I had a question about smart campaigns. All I have to do is search, and it's going to give you tons of articles about smart campaigns. So the more specific you can get, the closer you're probably going to get to whatever you're looking for. But that's always an option for you guys, or you can come to me. That's totally fine too. Let's see what else. Down in the bottom corner, this is your help tab. So if you guys ever do have a question, you can also search for help here. It's going to do the same thing as the support center. You can start a conversation with someone. They usually reply in about 15 minutes. And all of your conversations are saved as well. So you can return back to those. And then they have this little thing here, all systems operational. So if you ever feel like something's not working right, or maybe the system is just being wonky, they'll actually let you know here if it's you or if it's the system itself.
Hey, Blair, can I add something?
Of course.
So yeah, I was searching for some stuff on here and I needed some help. And then something popped up and it was someone, they asked if I wanted to have a one-on-one call with, and I forgot her name. I don't have it handy, but she's really nice. I had a one-on-one call for an hour and she
Wow.
answered all my questions personally and it was really, really good. So
Was that when you started a conversation?
yeah, I either did a conversation or like a search or something like that. And then something popped up and says, are you interested in a one-on-one call? Yeah, and it was with Michelle Bowen, that's her name. And she was just awesome. And I'll reach out to her again, but it was really nice to have that personal touch
Yes.
for an hour.
Yeah, it's always easier to talk to somebody on the phone, and they have told me that there's a way to schedule a call. So if you
Yeah.
guys are more comfortable with that, I'd probably send them a message and say I need a one-on-one call, and I bet they'll
It
schedule
was
that.
really nice. I think I said to schedule it like 2 days in advance, but it was just great. And so I just encouraged that. I didn't know, just in case people didn't know that was an option as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, a couple of the support people that I've dealt with have really been on the ball, and they've been really, really kind. So we do have a good support team by us. It's just picking how you're going to get in touch with them and really what works for you. Absolutely. Okay, so today we're going to talk about listings. The first thing that I want to point out to you guys, and I think this is really cool, is the listing playbook. So this is their first one. You'll see they have more playbooks coming soon, and we're going to view this playbook and what exactly is a playbook. So when you guys get a new listing, they've basically made a game plan for you guys to follow to get the most out of not only KV Core, but to get that new listing, basically leverage the marketing power behind that listing. So it's just a step-by-step process on what to do with your new listing. So what I did was click on view the playbooks, and I'm scrolling down, and they're going to be down here. So this is their first one. I'm sure open houses, a new buyer, new lead, that type of thing. Those are coming. But for now, we're just going to look at the listing one. So the first step here is to select a listing to get started. And I have a couple of options here. You guys should just have my listings. It may give you access to the company listings, but I would recommend starting with yours. And if you do want to use someone's listing, of course, you can give them or ask them for permission. All right, does someone have a listing? We're not going to actually do this. I just want to kind of show what it looks like. Does anyone have a listing they'd like me to pull up? No one's got a listing?
I have one.
Sure, what is it?
594477.
Let's see if that'll work. What's the actual address?
Okay, 1255 Bayview Lane, and that's Bayview is one word. Yep. It's in Gulf Breeze.
Well,
I'm probably under Perdido.
well, this is disappointing, isn't it? You'll have to try this out and let me know if it will pull up your listing.
Yeah, it does when I do it, when I log in
Okay.
myself, it does.
Good. All right. So it'll work for you guys. For whatever reason, it's not going to work for me today, probably because I'm trying to show you guys how this works. Anyway.
Or it knows that it's my listing and not
Yeah,
yours.
yeah, absolutely.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah. All right. So once you select the listing, basically this is sort of giving you the rundown of each quote unquote play. Over here to the left, if you scroll down, there's sections. So the first one is to announce your new listing. It's going to let you notify agents, contact matching buyers in the database, and give you a custom text code. Over here to the right is step one, notifying the agents, and you can actually come in here and send it out to all of the agents in our office. You don't have to have a contact group in your email or anything like that. KV Core actually allows you to communicate to everyone in our office automatically, basically.
That's odd. I had no idea that you could do that. I was
Isn't
thinking I
that
had to
cool?
get everybody's addresses. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work getting everybody into a contact group, and they totally eliminate that, and they do it for you. So this is awesome.
And Blair, real quick, is there one just for Perdido if I wanted just to send out to the Perdido office? Do you know?
There should be. It's going to depend on who you have access to. So you are probably in both offices.
Yeah.
So when
I
you
am.
come in here, you'll see them both here.
Okay.
Absolutely. If you don't, though, let me know.
Okay.
You can also do it by user. So if you want to send it to a specific agent or something like that, you can do that as well. If we scroll down, there is a template already. It's the promote. They have it written out. Basically, it's a new listing announcement. And you can see it here. If you're not happy with that, you can always click edit. And you can add a video if you'd like. Core video, that's basically BombBomb. If you guys aren't familiar with BombBomb, it's just a video hosting subscription service. A lot of people use it and they're really happy with it. But if you just want to do a regular announcement, that will work as well. And it also adds photos and listing information for you. So, I mean, it's meant to be a click and play. All you have to do is click send email and it's good to go.
Does that autofill for you?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So these are like, they're data pulls basically. So this is telling the system to pull the listing price from this listing. So it's an autofill feature basically.
Right.
Next, you can contact matching buyers. So if you have anyone in your database who is looking for a 3-2 in cantonment or anything like that, it will actually pull those buyers in and you can send that listing to them as a text message. You can also schedule an email or do both.
Hey, Blair.
Yeah.
For that, how does the system know, like if I've got my database in, but I don't have in there what everybody is looking for.
So
how-
it's going to depend on two things. Either you need to have a search alert, like listing alert set up for them, or if they've actually gone onto your website and searched for properties, it will save the data and determine what they're interested in.
Or could you do it by hashtag?
Yes, you can. And I will show you how to do that. It's not going to be a feature in the playbook.
Okay.
So this is just quick little things to get it out. And then I will absolutely show you how to send it to hashtag. Custom text code. So this is basically going to add create a text code for it, which it looks like this is going to be the address number and the street name and a smart number. So if you guys want to put it on flyers, postcards, if you want to put, flyers in the mailbox at the listing on the signpost or whatever, you can do that. What they'll do is text this to this number and it will basically send you guys a lead with that buyer's phone number, and then you can reach out to them and it's already done for you. I mean, all you have to do is take this information and you're done. So that's pretty dang cool. Leverage social media. It's just going to give you options to Property Boost. That's the same thing as AdWorks and Boost and things that we have on the brand side. You can also do it here. And then they have follow up and communicate. So that's going to be the seller report email and smart campaigns.
Blair,
So pretty cool.
Blair, does that cost to do the boost on this?
Yes, it is. It's a fee, but it's pretty much, I think it's like $60-$70 for the week. It's pretty much on par with those other programs. So it's totally up to you if you want to do this or not. And we will, I'll probably cover this next week. We'll go over the Property Boost and how that all works.
Good.
So that's the playbook. It's really quick, really easy. It's just to sort of, you've got a new listing and just went active on the market and you get it out to pretty much everyone that you can all at once. So this is really cool. Super cool feature. And what we're going to do now is actually go to your listing tab. So that's going to be this home button here. And I pointed this out last week. I do want to point it out again. We do have a bigger audience. Sherry mentioned hashtags. So what is a hashtag? I'm going to go ahead and hopefully be able to point that out to you. Hashtags are basically tags. The same thing on Zap. They're tags. They're ways to group people, and they will show up underneath the name. So this actually came from a property boost. Someone actually paid for an ad for a listing, and so it tagged them property boost. So you know where that lead came from. It also shows it over here to the right. So one hashtag that's available to you is open house. Hopefully you guys are holding open houses on your listings and getting leads that way. kvCORE actually has an open house app. You can put it on your tablet, you can put it on your phone. So there's no more printing out little slips of paper and cutting them up into pieces and trying to get people to sign them that way. You actually have an open house app provided by kvCORE. And I'm going to show you guys where this is. What we do is we click listings, click the little home button, and over here to the right, you'll see it in blue, get the open house app. So you guys are going to want to go ahead and get this on your phone, get it on your tablet if you have one, so you have it ready. And this is what it looks like. It's just a little data entering app. So as people are coming into your open houses, they're putting their name, their email address, and they're being dropped right into your kvCORE account with the open house hashtag, so you know where this client came from. The beauty of that is they are tagged as open house, and then there's an open house smart campaign that will automatically trigger. So as you guys are collecting these open house leads, they're getting dropped into your CRM, they're being put on a smart campaign, and there's, this is so easy. I feel like this is really cool and definitely something you guys need to be taking advantage of. If you're interested in this, you'll just click get the open house app. You'll scroll down and you have a couple of different options here. It's not desktop enabled. You'll see here, you have to have it on a mobile device. So that's your phone or your iPad, tablet, whatever. And it's Apple eligible as well as Google Play. So you can do Android or Apple. You can copy the link and text it to yourself or email it to yourself. You can text it to your phone, or if you're actually on your phone or tablet, you can click here and it will download. So a couple different options there for you.
Okay.
Very slick.
Does that sound pretty cool?
Mhm.
Yeah, love that. All right, so we're gonna go back to our listing tab. And up at the top, you're going to see two different options here. The first is MLS listing. So I want everyone to get a little bit of clarification on this. This is not just our listings. This is the entire MLS that's available to you here. And you'll see the listing agent listed here. So this is our whole, if you remember, multiple MLSs or just PAR, the listings that you have access to, they're all going to come up. So this is pretty cool. You're not limited in any way. The second here is manual listings. So if you guys have pocket listings or those exclusive 2-week listings where you're trying to bring a buyer, something like that, where you want our agents to know about it, but it's not actually an active MLS listing, it's actually an option for you here to add these in, and it will show up on other agents who are using the kvCORE system in our brokerage. So it lets them know without it having to go into the MLS. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. However, MLS listings are here, and this is going to be everything. Again, we talked about the open house app that's over here to our right. And if we scroll down, you're basically given, this is the most up to date, I guess it would be your hot sheet or whatever, what was just listed. Your option to filter is over here. So we'll click on filter. You can filter it by just our listings if you just want to see the company listings, or if you want to keep it to all. And down below is how you're actually going to filter it out. So you can filter by city, county, zip code, perhaps a couple of subdivisions if that's appropriate, and then you can draw on a map as well. So if you really want to get specific, you can draw that area and just show those listings available. And then you of course have your run-of-the-mill parameters. We all know what these are. And then you'll apply filters. Keywords here, this is going to be things like fireplace, granite, anything that your client is looking for specifically, it will pull those keywords out of that listing for you and help narrow that down. Once you apply those filters, it will show you your options. So let's just say,
And hey, Blair,
yeah,
I may have missed this, but I was trying to do this recently and I was looking for homes in just one particular subdivision called Windward Cove and to send those to somebody, and I just was not able to narrow it down. Oh, there it is. Okay.
sometimes it doesn't give us that easy of a time.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So let's see if there's anything in Windward Cove. I'm going to eliminate this. And let's see if there's anything available. Awesome. So what we did was we searched in Windward Cove, basically. We applied that filter and there's one listing available. Sherry asked earlier, can we send this to a hashtag? So maybe we've got a farming area, or maybe I have just a group of buyers, something like that. You do have actions. What you'll need to do is select the listings or listing that you want to send and click more actions.
Oh, that's cool.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
you can email, and don't want you guys to forget, you can also text on here, and that's pretty cool. You can actually text listings straight to their phone. This specifically is for hashtags. What if a contact doesn't have a hashtag, right? You have your email and text options up here, just for regular people in your sphere and your CRM, if you can't filter them down. Boost, again, that's AdWorks, that's Boost. This is if you guys want to promote this. However, I probably wouldn't do that with someone else's listing, but if it's your own, it is an option to do it here as well. And then Core Present, this is their like CMA platform. We're gonna get you guys trained up on this as well. But if this is something that you've been adventurous enough to go out and learn about, that's how you would do this here.
Does that send a customer client view of this? Is that what?
Yes, right. It's going to show them this property, and it's going to help you actually build out a CMA. So the comparable properties, what they're selling for, and probably suggested list price, and so on and so forth.
No,
So
I mean, it's not
again,
going to put the agent's name and stuff like that. It's just going to be the client view.
Right. It's just the client view. Yeah, you would be their agent, quote unquote, on that.
Okay.
And John asked in the chat, did I type neighborhood? Let's click on our filters applied. Down here, we were looking in Windward Cove. So I just started typing Windward, and it populated the options that are available to me.
Cool.
So if I wanted to do Escambia County, it's actually going to bring up a couple of different options. Look, I can even do school systems if I wanted to, which I
Oh,
love.
that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
All right, so let's just go ahead and look at this listing. I'm going to do that by clicking the address, and it's going to bring up everything about this property. I can see the basics. I can see the agent over here. It will even tell me if that agent has put open houses in the MLS system. Of course, they have to actually upload that open house in the MLS for it to syndicate there. I can send this agent an email. Maybe I have a question about it. Maybe I want to schedule a showing. I would maybe check the MLS first, check those showing instructions. That might be more appropriate. Over here to the right, I have lots and lots of actions that I can take on this listing. And this is one of my favorite things about the system. We've talked about sending via text. You can, of course, save a listing for later if you want to look at it later. Email and text to a hashtag, we've covered that. You can generate a QR code. So if you guys want to, we talked about the text codes, putting those on flyers and postcards. Maybe you want to generate a QR code. If you guys aren't familiar with that, that's what it looks like. This, you can put it on postcards, flyers, really honestly, whatever you want to put it on. You could even put it on Facebook and in a digital ad, and they can actually just open up their camera on their phone, and this will send them a direct link to that listing. And did you see how easy that was? I didn't even do anything. All I did was
Scroll down so I can see.
I'm sorry.
I got the top of the screen. Roll down where you click that to do that.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Under more actions, I click generate QR code and it does it for me. There's very little work. And then if you guys have a question, well, what do I do now? This is just an image. What I would do is drag and drop it onto my desktop, or you can right click and save it and then use it as an image. You can print a flyer. This creates just a nice flyer for you. Property Boost, Core Present, we've talked about these. And then of course you can post your social media. My favorite of which is Craigslist, because we're gonna go through this. I actually did this for an agent. He was doing an open house. KV Core, I don't know if you guys, this is moving so fast, you probably didn't even notice all of the work that it just did. But Craigslist is huge right now. People are, buyers are having to fight for listings. They're trying to find listings in unconventional ways, and Craigslist is one of those ways. So all I did was click post to Craigslist, and it's already gone through the steps and created a Craigslist ad for me. It's got square footage, bedrooms, title. It even took some of my features of the house and plugged it in. I've got a description here. It has the agent's information here. Please text the agent, and brought to you by whomever. Now, I wouldn't recommend posting someone else's listing. This is going to be for your own. I just want to show you guys an example of what that looks like. And it does it for me. I mean, this is just incredible. If I did want to post this, all I would do is click publish. And what they will do, Craigslist is going to send me an email. It's basically a confirmation email. But we did this for one of our agents. I went in here and changed this to open house this Saturday, and then put in the open house information down here at the bottom. And that agent had an open house this weekend, and they're under contract. So I thought this was amazing. And we probably never think about posting on Craigslist. So
And can I ask you a question about Craigslist here? Since we're talking about it? I guess that's one way that I have just steered away from is Craigslist, just for multiple reasons. And so I'm surprised to hear this right now. And I guess I'm wondering, there's a lot of spam stuff.
yes.
Craigslist. So I see that on the ad that you just showed, it had a phone number. Would you suggest, or do you have an idea, if we don't want to put our phone number, what would be another way?
You can take that down. You can take it down. So when you create this ad, it might show me the option when I'm creating it.
I guess so. I'm thinking of another way to capture them and have them be able to reach you without necessarily giving your phone number so easily. You know what I mean? Because of the spam stuff. Yeah.
You can, when you come to your link, there will be a direct link here.
Yeah.
So this, if I were to click on it, it would be a direct link to this listing. So basically a landing page. So they could come in to view it and look at details. And then the KV Core system would do what it does, which is try to capture them as a lead. So it would ask them for their email and stuff. So if you don't want people actually you can put, please click here for more details or whatever.
Yeah, even if an extra step or two might keep the spammers away, just a little
Absolutely.
bit. So that's my thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I will say that's a great concern. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't get any complaints from that agent, but I will ask him if anything weird happened.
Okay.
And then down here at the bottom it says, it says this, but your number's there. So good question. All right. So that was posting to Craigslist. Any
Cool.
questions on any of these actions?
That was fascinating.
Fascinating and really easy. I really didn't even have to do anything for any of that. So I want to make sure you guys know that that's there.
Hey, Blair.
Hey.
Did someone have a question?
I was just gonna say, when you did the listing thing earlier and it had a smart number, is there a way to use that same smart number to text and put in Craigslist, and then you're not putting your personal number in there?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Nice.
And that's going to be in your playbook. I'll show you guys that again. Let's go here to playbooks. So Karen mentioned the smart number. If you guys remember at the beginning of this, we were going through the playbook, and that's when you get a listing and it's showing you all of the ways to basically jump on it at the very beginning and be blasted out to everyone, you know, right? One of those things was utilizing a custom text code, and that's going to be here under announce your listing. It does it for you. It gives you a text code automatically and a smart number. So you could absolutely do that. That's a great idea, Karen. Instead of putting your number on Craigslist, text this to this number, and it will absolutely route them into your database. That's a great idea. Thank you, Karen.
Blair, is that smart number to the agent or is that smart number to the office?
It's to you, because this is your listing, right? So the system knows that you generated that text code. It's gonna, once they texted that to that smart number, it actually drops that lead into your CRM here, and it will let you know.
And it won't come to our phones directly, but we can see it through the app on our phone. Or we log into KB Core and we can see that.
It should text an email. Your system should text and email you that you have a new lead.
Okay.
So if they text that number, you might actually get a text message that someone's contacting you about the listing. But let me search that and I'll get back to you guys on that. The smart number works a little bit different than just the regular lead notifications.
Hey, Blair, can I ask a CRM question?
Sure.
When I was uploading my CRM, I don't have the addresses and the emails in the same place. Can I go back and give a list of the clients and their email addresses, and they upload that to my?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And does it have to be in a spreadsheet format?
So I am not as CRM upload expert. I know that you guys had a good experience with your concierge person. I would just reach out to them and ask that question.
Okay, thank you.
They'll be able to answer that.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. All right, down here, the next square is lead activity. So this actually shows you how many of your leads viewed the property today during that week and total. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Brokerage activity. This is going to be agents in our brokerage who viewed it. And then the general listing history. So days on the market, price reductions, what that reduction was, so on and so forth. The options underneath this listing here versus so this is maybe not so much helpful if it's your listing, but if you're actually looking at listings for a buyer, they're all here. And I dare say this is way easier than the MLS.
Mhm.
Much more
Yes.
digestible. You can view it on the map.
Wow.
Oops. And you can view similar listings. I think this is so cool. So it actually takes this basic data and it will show you other listings in that price point and in the area. By the way, I don't want you guys to miss this. You can also email and text these. So if someone says, man, I really like this house and you know it's under contract, come to similar listings, text them these. That took me 2 seconds.
Wow.
Nearby listings is basically the same thing. It's just going to show you other listings in the area that are nearby. So maybe not the same parameters. The only similarity is what's nearby. Activity, that's just going to show you who's been looking at it, changes that have been made, that type of thing. I don't think it records anything because this isn't our listing. Timeline, these are going to be comments, so you can add comments on listings. Not super familiar with this. This is someone else's listing, so I probably wouldn't add a comment to someone else's listing in the system. And then there's this matching buyers. We talked about this. So the system is actually going to look at this listing and look at your buyers and show who meets that criteria. So this is a little bit different. I'm an admin view, so this is probably other people's. I can't see their name and stuff. By the way, huge benefit. The leads that you guys collect on your own time and dime and that type of thing, those are totally private. Brokerage can't see those. So I can see that people are matching, but I can't actually see their data. But you guys will be able to come in here and see matching buyers. And so if you're looking to drum up some business or some connections, you can find a great listing, click matching buyers, and email that listing out. Sound cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds awesome, Blair.
Yep, I thought this is pretty cool.
Blair, I don't have my CRM in here yet.
Uh-huh.
Do I need to start working the system though?
So if you don't have anyone in here, that's not to say that you can't start using this. I mean, you could absolutely just start promoting your listings, using these landing pages, things like that. The only thing you really wouldn't be able to take advantage of is the matching because you don't have anyone in here. However, if you haven't done that yet, Tina, I definitely would get on scheduling that call with them and have, because they do it for you. There's no reason for you to not have your CRM in here.
Blair, when you were matching buyers down there, were you, say, pretending that these were your particular buyers and you were going to be able to send them emails, or is this? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
It's not like,
absolutely. So it's going to change. It's really going to depend on how robust y'all's CRM is. If you have 10 people, you may not have a matching buyer. If you do have a pretty nice CRM going and leads coming in, then you will have these here. And once they show up, all you have to do is select them, and then you can email that listing or even text that listing. Absolutely.
okay. Thank you.
Totally. All right. Do we have any questions?
In general or regarding what we're talking about now?
Regarding listings, if you
Oh.
guys do have other questions, totally email me or use this feature and schedule that call and definitely get that taken care of. Today, though, we're going to talk about listings. Any questions? Are we feeling excited?
Yes,
Yeah.
very.
I thought this was pretty cool, so I wanted to make sure you guys knew what was available to you. I recorded today's session, so I'll put this in the app as well if you guys want to review this. Otherwise, you guys have an awesome day. Thank you for being here. Attendance was great today. I'm super happy, and I'll make sure I have some good content for you guys next week as well, okay?
Okay,
Thanks,
Blair.
Blair.
Thanks,
I
Blair.
do have a
Appreciate it.
question.
It was great.
Blair, I have one question.
Oh, you have a question?
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
If I want to make sure my system's set up right, do I just schedule a call with them for them to check it out?
I would 100% do that, Tina. If you want to make sure it's done right, yeah, let the experts do it.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead, Shayna. You had a question, right? Oh,
No,
okay.
I was saying, gonna say bye, so I was showing my face.
Aw.
Bye, Shayna.
Bye.
I'll be better prepared next week. I have stuck myself in front of my computer for the last 3 days and really haven't moved. So it's a work in progress, but
No worries at all.
that's why my office is still in my house, not back in my office.
Blair?
All right. What was your question?
So my question, it is pertaining to listings, but not necessarily what we talked about today, and it's kind of a general question, but
Uh-huh.
I see that you can, and there's a transaction tab, and you can link Dotloop up through KV Core. Do you know anything about that? that, is there an extra fee for that? What's the benefit? Do you have any input on it before I do it?
There isn't a fee. I think you guys just have to do it. The benefit is that you're able to like close clients out, and it just shows part of their history. It's part of really maintaining like a healthy, complete CRM, because you're able to pull up that client and then see what houses, what transactions have closed, that type of thing. I think
Perfect.
it also helps us with reporting, but that feature's brand new. I haven't really delved into it too much, but there is no fee for that.
Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye, y'all.